like this little kid that had a meltdown at TSA the other day. I was like, wow, how does a 3-year-old scream and beat up its father? I'm like going, wait a minute, get out of that. That is not my business. I will not see that child when he's 13. You know what I mean? It's like, get out of all of that my mind makes up. It's like, I can either come back and nurture my own experience, move on, let it pass through, or I could dwell on that kid's meltdown, in front of, it's like, just let it go. Let it go.
In terms of letting go, I know that there's no one size fits all about how to go about that. But I was wondering if you have come across ways that are effective. I know you mentioned like changing something like the email and realizing it and speaking up and things like that. This morning I had an experience. I woke up kind of like grumbly and I didn't sleep well. And I took mala beads and I was just breathing with them till I came more into myself and not into the grumbly mind.
Mm-hmm.
Wondering if you have any suggestions for any creative ways that you have found might work. I mean, I know it's not one size fit all. I know it's all an experimentation that's personal, but
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, I love what you just said. It's like in the moment where you started to feel you had a choice, I can either go down that road and sit and grumble, or I can redirect. Your own wisdom woke you up about, oh, I have a choice point here. Eh, That's how it works. For everybody. It's like when what can happen is when you wake up to a choice point like that, you can pick what matters most. Going, man,
mm,
and whatever it is that occurs to you, something that has occurred to me in the past is like when I really feel like my head is full, I really feel like it's what comes to mind, has come to mind, but something different may come to your mind every time when you really want to empty out your head. I just felt like I had a bucket with a drip from the ceiling, and it's like, okay, whenever my head feels full, I have to just go dump that bucket, because and just somehow it just helps me empty my head. But like you said, there is no one size fits all, but when you have a desire to carry less on your mind, or to see where your mind is kind of taking you, it's not a problem. You wake up grumbly. It's like human beings wake up grumbly, big deal. Now I can indulge it, or I could, you know and like you said, you picked up your mala bead, something occurred to you. And that's just how it works. Just let whatever occurs to you when you see you have a choice.
mhm. Okay, thank
And
you.
there's no condemnation for feeling anything. We're going to feel everything. We're going to feel everything, but we don't have to we because our mind went there doesn't mean we have to follow. Thank you for that. That's a great point. Just be curious, that like you'll get the feeling kind of. This is what I looks true to me. You'll get a feeling when it gets too heavy, or you feel exhausted, overwhelmed, or burdened. You're like, whoa, there's nothing else going on here, but then I've got too much in my head. There's nothing else going on except my head is full. And then it's like, wait a minute, how can I offload that? How can I see that it's nothing more than my head is full or very, very busy on one thing or a whole lot of things. Does that make sense in a
Totally.
kind of a human mechanical kind of a way?
Yes.
A fundamental mechanical kind of way. Yeah. So in that place about when you really start to value, or really want to start to see that you have some role in how you feel in your life, and if it matters to you, that how you feel in your life, it can really help you support you in living with less on your mind. And then you naturally feel better. You naturally have staycation mind or vacation mind. You think about it. When you go on vacation, you take everything off your mind until you come back. So it's the same thing. Staycation, vacation. You can live in that every moment all day long and cultivate that as a practice. Staycation mind, vacation mind is an empty mind or a quieter mind. or just get out of their business. That helps me feel better. Just get out of their business.
You know, one of the things I always think of is something I heard, which is, you know, she made a decision or a choice that her mental well-being is the most important thing to her.
Mm.
And I took that on. It was like, okay, if that's the case, then all this other stuff I'm doing has nothing to do with my sense. I mean, it impedes my sense of well-being.
Yep.
And if it does, then I either stop it or, I mean, I don't know. It's just, it's that awareness, just having that little aha moment.
Yeah.
Oh, right, I made that commitment. So let's get back to that. You know, I've had an interesting experience. I didn't do it. A friend did it. She's a professional at it. A website for my practice, and it's called A Shift in Perspective. And we haven't quite finished it, but it's already up. So I sent it to some people and I thought, well, now do I really want to send it? Because it's not perfect. And it's like, are you kidding me? We can change this anytime. We are changing it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And I've gotten that sense of do it anyway. Keep going. I got from the work that I've done with you, Cherie, the painting, the collaging, it's like, if you're waiting for it to be perfect, you're never going to put it up anywhere.
Yep. There's no
So,
such thing.
no, there isn't. And it's like, so it's like we have these opportunities constantly,
Mhm.
constantly, as much as we have thought, which is constant.
Constantly.
So,
Which is-
yeah, so it's like, okay, I better get better at this because it's going to be here.
Yep. Yep.
So, yeah.
That's excellent. Because well-being or your experience of life, they're interchangeable. You know what I mean? It's like for your mental well-being or whatever, however you want to call it,
Right.
is just the feeling you live in more of the time. And do you want to, you know, and we don't realize our mind will take us to victimville, or our mind will take us to taking it personalville, or our mind will take us to powerlessnessville, you know, or woe is
Or
me-ville, or, you know.
Yeah.
What you just brought up reminded me of this card I have of saying of the Dalai Lama, and the last thing he says is, since the basic source of peace and happiness is one's own mental attitude, it is worthwhile adopting means to develop it in a positive way. And that's just what you're saying, and I appreciate that, to make that the most important thing.
Yes.
Yeah, how important is it to you? It takes us right back to the beginning of the conversation about what matters to you.
Yeah.
What matters to you? Beautiful. Well, I thank you all for coming to the conversation. It's like I said, I just love seeing you all, and I love sharing these times with you. So thank you for carving out the time. Thank you for coming to the conversation. It's a gift. So thank you for coming to the conversation. If you have anyone you'd like to share this conversation with, please do. Please hit the subscribe button and you'll be notified of all future conversations. What a great conversation. I'm so grateful for everyone who came to the conversation to explore the topic of whose business are you minding? And we'll come back to the final question that we can send you off with. And it's like, what matters more to you? How other people are living, what's happening in the world, or your experience of life, your sense of well-being? In this conversation, you see that there's a lot of power in our own choices. And the more that we live freer-minded with a less burdened mind, we're naturally going to live in a better feeling. So thank you very much in the conversation. I look forward to connecting with you on the next.